Welcome, documentarians. If you're new to this channel, we specialize in peeling back the layers of the stories you think you know. Today's subject is a vortex where conservative family values, celebrity culture, and true crime-level scandal collide. We're talking about the Duggar family, formerly of TLC's 19 Kids and Counting On. A clan built on the pillars of modesty, faith, and prolific childbirth. And at the center of this latest storm is the eldest son, Josh Duggar, his steadfast wife, Anna, and the arrival of their newest child, a child whose very existence is now shadowed by the darkest chapter of Josh Duggar's life. Let's rewind the tape. To understand the gravity of the present, we must confront the past. Josh Duggar wasn't just the affable older brother on TV. In 2015, it was revealed that as a teenager, he had molested 5 underage girls, including some of his own sisters. The family's response, detailed in a controversial police report, involved internal discipline and counseling. The scandal was managed, the narrative controlled. The show was cancelled, then revived as Counting On, focusing on the adult siblings. Josh publicly apologized, asked for forgiveness, and he and Anna, who stood by him, began building their own large family. But the past has a way of circling back. In April 2021, Josh's world fractured. Federal authorities arrested him. The charge? Receiving and possessing material depicting the sexual abuse of children. This wasn't a tabloid rumor, this was a federal indictment. The evidence, as described in court, was graphic and overwhelming. In December 2021, a jury found him guilty on both counts. The sentence? 151 months, over 12 years, in federal prison. He is currently incarcerated, with an expected release date not until 2032 at the earliest. This is the established, court-certified fact: Joshua James Duggar is a convicted felon, serving a long-term sentence for crimes against children. He is physically absent from his family's daily life in a profound, concrete way. Now, enter the latest headline: Anna Duggar welcomes baby number 8. It's announced on the family blog. A new life. A blessing. A symbol of resilience and faith for Anna, who has remained monumentally loyal through every scandal, every indictment, every verdict. The comments sections, however, don't just fill with congratulations. They flood with a single, burning, and frankly, invasive question: how? The biological logistics are the first layer of public skepticism. Conception for this child would have occurred while Josh was either in federal custody awaiting trial, or already convicted and incarcerated. Federal prisons are not conjugal visit facilities. The Bureau of Prisons is very clear: contact visits for inmates with such convictions are typically non-existent or extremely restricted, certainly not permitting the privacy required for conception. So, the internet's crude, relentless calculus begins. The timeline seems incongruent. This is where the rumor ignites. From whispers in online forums to bold claims in YouTube comment sections, a theory is born: what if Josh Duggar is not the biological father of this child? The question isn't just about infidelity, though that's its most salacious form. In the swirling digital speculation, other theories are half-heartedly floated. Could it be IVF using previously stored sperm? A logistical and ethical minefield given his incarceration status. Could there be a biblical story of miraculous conception? The realm of pure faith. But the dominant, trending narrative pushed by online sleuths is one of a DNA mismatch. Let's be unequivocally clear: there has been no public DNA test. Anna Duggar has not addressed these rumors. The Duggar family has not commented on them. The source of this DNA doesn't match claim is not a lab report, but the volatile ecosystem of social media itself. It's a case study in how a provocative question, repeated enough times with clickbait certainty, morphs into a presumed fact in certain corners of the web. But the persistence of the rumor opens up a far more compelling documentary subject than mere paternity. It forces us to examine 3 powerful forces at play: the machine of Duggar public relations, the psychology of Anna Duggar, and the morality of our own consumption. First, the Duggar machine. This family has navigated unprecedented scandals while maintaining a core fanbase. Their strategy? A controlled narrative of repentance, forgiveness, and moving forward, always framed within their fundamentalist Christian worldview. Announcements are made on their terms. Details are scarce. Challenges are framed as tests from God. The birth of a new baby is a positive headline, a chance to pivot the conversation back to family and blessing. But this time, the old playbook might be failing. The internet is not just asking about the baby's health and name, it's demanding biological explanations. The machine silence on the how is what fuels the speculative inferno. Second, Anna. To understand her, one must step into a worldview utterly foreign to many. She was raised in the same conservative Christian patriarchy. Her identity, her purpose, her eternal salvation are intertwined with being a helpmeet, a supportive, submissive wife, and a mother. Leaving Josh would not just be a divorce, it would be a catastrophic failure of her faith, her community, and her perceived life's mission. Her public stance is one of unwavering commitment. Could the arrival of this child, against all odds, be her ultimate testament of loyalty? A living symbol that her marriage, in the eyes of her God, persists? Or does the rumor, if by some impossible twist it contain truth, represent a crack in that foundation too devastating to contemplate? We are not documenting a reality TV star here, we are documenting a woman living a reality shaped by intense theological conviction, under the world's most punishing microscope. And third, us. The audience. The consumers. Let's turn the documentary lens on ourselves. Why is this rumor so perniciously compelling? Is it a genuine concern for Anna or the children? For some, perhaps. But for many, it's the irresistible allure of a mystery, the schadenfreude of seeing a family that preached perfection fall yet again, and the addictive drama of a real-life soap opera. We claim to be horrified by Josh's crimes, and rightly so, yet we engage in wild, unsupported speculation about his wife's pregnancy with a kind of ghoulish fascination. We are repulsed by his actions, but captivated by the potential for more scandal. That contradiction is worth examining. The DNA doesn't match narrative is, in all likelihood, a digital phantom. It's a modern myth born from a perfect storm, a shocking crime, a notorious inmate, a loyal wife, and a biologically puzzling pregnancy announcement. It fulfills a narrative craving for ultimate comeuppance and twisted irony. But by chasing that phantom, we risk overshadowing the concrete, documented truths of this case, the profound trauma inflicted on Josh Duggar's original victims, the reality of his crimes, and the 8 innocent children, this new baby included, who are growing up in the overwhelming shadow of their father's legacy. This child, whose name and face the family has chosen to share, will one day have access to the internet. They will read the headlines. They will see the videos. They will encounter the relentless speculation about their own origin story. That is the human cost beyond the gossip. So, where does that leave our documentary? We haven't solved a paternity mystery because there is no credible evidence a mystery exists. What we have done is map the landscape of a 21st century scandal. We've seen how a family's curated reality buckles under the weight of real-world crime. We've observed the terrifying strength of a belief system that commands loyalty beyond imagination. And we've witnessed our own role in demanding ever more chapters of a tragic story. The Josh and Anna Duggar saga is not a single episode. It's an ongoing series. The next chapters are already being written, Josh's appeals in court, Anna's journey raising 8 children alone, the other Duggar siblings navigating their own lives and boundaries, and the inevitable release date over a decade from now. The baby is here. The father is in prison. The questions are swirling. And the cameras, both the professional ones and the unblinking eye of the public, are never fully turned off. This story is a mirror. It reflects the darkest potentials of fame, faith, and failure. But it also reflects our own endless appetite for the spectacle. The clickbait question of DNA doesn't match is just the hook. The real story is everything it drags up from the depths. And that story is far from over. What do you think happens next? In the sprawling, complex, and often tragic narrative of the Duggar family, what is the next twist? How will Anna navigate the coming years? Will the family's public facade ever fully recover? The comment section is your forum. Document your theories, your analysis, your perspectives below. But before you do, if this deep dive into the anatomy of a modern scandal gripped you, you need to be here for the next one. We break down the stories behind the headlines, without sensationalism, with context and clarity. So hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now. You won't want to miss our next documentary exploration, where we unravel another complex web of fame, fortune, and hidden truths. And if you're already part of our community of critical thinkers, let me hear from you. Smash that like button, it helps this channel grow and bring more of these comprehensive documentaries to you. This is just the beginning. The investigation continues. I'll see you in the next video.